Hi, I'm Amelia and welcome to Studio Hangs, where we talk about making music with machines, but also with live human musicians. Recently, I hopped onto a plane with my bandmates and flew to the other side of the country to do some recording for my new album. I've got a very well-equipped home studio, so why on earth did we make the effort? In this day and age, there are extremely realistic software emulators available for drums, guitars, and every instrument you can imagine. It's a lot of effort to book a studio, round everyone up, hire an engineer. Not to mention, it's quite costly. In this episode, we're going to look at some reasons why recording in a studio may add that extra sparkle to your production, but also when it could be an unnecessary expense. Getting a massive drum sound. One reason you'd want to record in a studio is to achieve a massive drum sound. Remember that drums are an acoustic instrument, so the environment that they are played in will drastically change the way they sound. The size, shape, and materials that the room is constructed from will have just as much effect on the drum sound as what microphone you use, how you EQ it, and any effects you may apply. Generally speaking, the bigger the room, the better. Studios are purpose-built to acoustically enhance the sound of live drums. So not only is it going to sound better on tape, it's going to be a more pleasant oral experience for your drummer, which is only going to result in a better performance. Drums really react to the room, and a drummer can feel it. When you're using programmed drum samples or one-shots, they can often sound quite mechanical. If you're not going for that vibe, having some live drums on top of your samples can create those subtle variations in timing, tone, and dynamics that make for a more exciting rhythm track. It's really difficult to replicate this with programming, even with the super multi-sample drum libraries we have access to now, like Addictive Drums, Superior Drummer, etc. You'll also save yourself time when you can let your drummer shine. I definitely know that Maddie is a genius level drummer compared to my proficiency at programming. Look at this shaker action. I think the shimmying adds something, honestly. What about vocals? Let's face it, recording yourself at home can be just as fun as getting on a Zoom meeting. You've got to operate the equipment, fight with your computer, and also deliver a stellar vocal performance. You may also have to take turns with your air conditioning unit or wait until your neighbor's doggy stops barking. When recording in a studio with the assistance of an engineer, you can concentrate solely on performing. I find the added pressure of being on the clock gives me legit stage jitters and provides that extra oomph that I might not get at home. On the technical side, being able to take advantage of the fancy mics and equipment that the studio has, such as this lovely console, will add warmth and majesty to your vocals. If you're someone that gets terribly nervous recording around strangers, well, there's no place like home. Access to equipment and experience. One of the main reasons you could record in a studio is being able to take advantage of their investment in equipment. Most studios have an array of microphones, guitars, synths, rack equipment, and amps. It could save you money to use a guitar or keyboard that has a distinctive sound for that one particular track, instead of shelling out for one. The other advantage is being able to use their engineers' practical recording experience. Their job is to record day in, day out, so you'll probably gain much knowledge by working with them. A good engineer can dial in a great tone for any instrument fast and not kill the creative flow. Getting out of the box. If you don't have the budget to record for weeks on end, you may just want to prepare some tracks to be reamped at a studio. As an electronic musician, I'm constantly looking for ways to add warmth and humanity to my synth lines, and reamping is one of those techniques. It could be done at home, but at the studio I'm able to experiment with different microphones and amps, not forgetting being able to play at volume. Since my guitar tracks are run through the Axe effects, there's no real change to my recording process when recording at a studio. So for guitars, I actually prefer home recording because I can take my time. Friendship and playing as a band. Similar to the electric feeling that blossoms when a band performs together, in the studio, I find that the creative energy just flows out. The real magic happens when you get to play simultaneously, and that's harder to capture at home. It would be rare for a home studio to have 12 signal chains. You'd probably have 3 tops. In a studio, you should be able to record several musicians playing together. If you're using a live bass, it's optimal for them to try to click in with the drummer, so giving them the opportunity to feed off each other's performance is key. Believe it or not, I've found that it can often be faster to make creative songwriting decisions in the studio compared to the prolonged, long-distance collaboration method. I've found it's a surefire way to avoid decision paralysis because when you're on the clock, it inspires you to get things done. With budgets for making records being pretty non-existent for many independent artists, recording at a studio may seem like an unnecessary luxury. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You could spend one day recording rhythm tracks in a studio, and that's going to make a huge overall difference to the feel of your record. Think of it like going to a fancy restaurant. You can cook your own food, but sometimes it's just nice to go out. The main thing is figuring out what you need to do to get your best performance on tape. Most of those answers can't be found in the box. My best tip would be to seek out other musicians, hang out, and get weird. Here's a friendly reminder to connect, get off the computer, and interact with each other, because you just don't know what surprises will happen when you get off the internet. Lastly, I wanted to extend a massive thank you to George, Bud, and Bob from Baysound Studio for a wonderful week in Florida. We'll be back. Full disclosure, I did not receive any compensation to make this video. I had such a great experience that I couldn't help but share. I also wanted to say a massive thank you to my first Patreon members for supporting my dream this month. In particular, my Carbon Black members, Robert Wynne and Thomas Egan. Thanks for joining me for Studio Hangs. If you have any suggestions or requests for music production tips, I'm all ears. Bye!